Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of the S550 series. It's Burger. We're going to be doing a paint prep disassembly on this door. We're actually going to be doing a little bit of body work too and taking it off, but you know, for the purposes of the video, may as well. I'm sure it will help some people out. You have two 7mm up here to start. Next, we're gonna pop this guy out. I always use a plastic clip tool, and sometimes they can suck, but this one doesn't look too bad. Once you get this guy off, you're just gonna press this guy down. And then, ta-da. Keep this guy close by because you're gonna need him later. By the way, side note, always make sure to organize all your bolts and label them nicely like that. Next, we're gonna go in here with this guy and take this little piece out in here. Once we get this guy out, you can see we have two 10mm now that we've revealed, so we can go ahead and take these out. Make sure you put everything in your bucket. Make sure to grab these guys in here when they break off. Those are for the power window. It's like the claw game. You put them back on the window switch. Oh, well, I might have gotten them to where my fingers can get them. You want to put them in the on yonder. See? And then that way, this will clip in, no problem when you go to put it back on. Now that all that's done, we can pop the door card out. Now that we're in this position, we have a couple things to disconnect. First of all, your little lock guy there, and then this. And then this guy might suck. I might have to use some pliers for that. But yeah, otherwise this guy will drop right off. And it will actually hang out there. You don't really have to worry about that all too much. All right, as you can see, this is all off now. I'm gonna put this guy back on here quick. Last one, two. There it is, snappy, snappy. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this guy back on. I usually do a little zip tie solution to keep this guy up there so I can, you know, use it as I need to. You guys don't have to, but it's definitely a good way to prevent this guy from getting broken because you don't wanna add extra costs, obviously. Now to get the mirror out, and this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but you actually have to pull both, well, one speaker out, but on the premiums, this is actually a speaker here. But this is the base, well, the track pack, so, you know, no luxury options, just the goodness. And the Coyote, obviously. But, so we'll pull this speaker out, and then there's a cable that goes down here that we're gonna need to disconnect. Because Ford, you're also gonna wanna pull this guy off too, which blocks up where the speaker would be on the premium, which reveals your bolts, which you can barely see because Ford. And I think these guys too, but we'll see in a second. Hey, just a little note, all S550s for some reason, the water just pours in through the door card, so when you take the speakers out, it's wet. Don't be concerned. Well, you should be concerned if you own it, but if it's not yours, it's kind of, you know, just all of them do it. If the car is yours, there's probably some kind of vapor solution you can do, but I mean, personally, I wouldn't recommend it because the car is just gonna do it anyways. But don't be alarmed because like it is a lot of water that comes out. All right, so the connector for this thing is way the fuck up in here, and you kind of just have to feel it out. You might have to unclip it from the frame of the door and then unclip it so you can like get the leverage on it, but unfortunately this part just kind of sucks. Got it unclipped right there. It's all the way up here. It's like past here if you're trying to like, you know, get a visual, but obviously it's behind here. Now time to unbolt the mirror. Now to actually unbolt the mirror, it's actually going to be easier for us to roll down the window, which is why this is here. So we'll go ahead and neutral. It's definitely not quiet. All right. So now that this is down, we can actually get the bolts out. Here's the mirror off. It's one nut through there, and then two 10mm bolts through there, and the nut's 10mm too, by the way. Now, I get to show you the worst design on this whole vehicle. So normally every other door handle on every other car, you take this little guy off, and it's a red herring because it looks like a normal door. You take this little guy off, and then there's a T30, and because Ford wants to fuck with you, they put a T27, so if you don't have a T27, use a T25 and be careful. you have to undo this. Like, oh, and you think it's like every other car when you just undo it, you know, this pops off, this slides back, but no. Ford tricked you. What you gotta do is you hold this guy back, and then this will pop out first because it's like a stupid clock spring mechanism. Very bad design. Smart motherfucker who made it, but dude, you could have just done it like Toyota's been doing it for 20 years or every other car manufacturer, but that's just me. But it's a very easy thing to mess up, so I thought I'd help you guys out with it. Where'd I put my little guy? Here's my little guy. This will be important later. 27 here. Now this part's important, you gotta keep pressure on. Come on. There it is. Alright. So now, there. This guy comes out. Oh, and you think it's over, it's not over. Then, this guy does a little bit of that, and it's very tight. And you gotta figure out a way to undo the do. There's a little clip in here we gotta press. There it is. For the belt molding now, we're gonna pop this little guy off. Put it in there. Now to get the belt molding, there's one little Torx in here you get off. This little, I think it was an 8. And then this, I think it was a T30. Yeah, T30. And then this is gonna let this guy out so this can get off, which is really stupid, but it's the right way to do it, and it's worth it to do it the right way because this is a nice car. You don't wanna fuck up the nice ones. There was this little guy too. There were 3 8mm. Oh, there it is. So this guy comes out. We'll put this guy in the trunk. Make sure you keep everything organized. And then this guy should come right off. How cool is that? Now we're gonna roll the window back up. Again, the zip tie is helpful here. So that way we can make it so that we can easily open and close the door still. This little gap will still be here, but we can cover it up with tape. And there you have it, folks. That's how you strip a S550 door for paint.